Diagnosing soil compaction in loams can be quite tricky. Loams are just as susceptible to soil compaction as sands. And when I'm talking about loams, I'm talking about soils with clay contents or clay percentages that are generally above 15%. Compaction is happening below the surface in these loam soils. And what I'm setting in here today gives us a couple of examples of what we're looking for when looking for compaction in a loam soil. Some of the features that we're looking for root growth, changes in root growth, where the roots are growing, what density the roots are. Also, some of the patterns in the soil itself. So if we start to see blocky or plated structures, then it's often a sign or an indicator of soil compaction. When looking at your soil, look at the roots. Roots give a very good indicator of where the strength is highest, because generally they've tried to avoid it. When we have those blocky structures, the roots will follow along the edges of those structures in order to find the weakest point, and so that they can continue growing down and into the moisture. What you'll generally see is a thickened root tip, and the roots will be thicker than perhaps the surrounding roots where the soil is strongest. Look for whereabouts in the profile your roots are. You'll see that there'll be a great proliferation of roots above a dense layer or a tight layer, and very few roots below. Where I'm sitting in this loamy soil pit is where we've had a deep ripper run through, and we've had a change to the structure of the soil. Just here, we see this soil is quite a good structure. There are small beds, there are good air spaces in here. There are a large proliferation of roots. What we're seeing here is where the wheel tracks have been running. This farm's CTF, so the wheel tracks have been running here for the last 5 years. And we're starting to see some of that angular, sharp-edged structure in the surface, and quite a massive, unstructured, low number of pores in the subsurface. And it's difficult to find any roots at all in this section of soil. This is a compacted, loamy soil.